John Thompson knew very little about the high-tech industry in the early 1970s when he joined tech behemoth IBM as a junior salesman. But he loved business and had a knack for selling. Over the next 28 years, Thompson leveraged his keen skills in selling, building teams, and connecting with people to become one of IBM's most valuable and successful executives, leading a $37 billion sales unit responsible for 45% of the company's revenues and 60% of its profits. Although he was a devoted company man, Thompson also knew he was destined for something more, something bigger.
The status quo is no longer acceptable. We must change, we must transform, and we must engage technology in that process.
That opportunity came in the late 1990s when Thompson was tapped to take over an underperforming consumer software company based in Silicon Valley. With a relentless focus that has been his hallmark, Thompson's leadership at Symantec over the next 10 years transformed the company into a global software and internet security giant.
It was the most exciting period of my 46-year career.
Revenues exploded from $600 million annually to more than $6 billion. The workforce grew to 5,600 in more than 30 countries, and Symantec's stock outperformed its competitors and most other blue-chip tech companies. His wild success at Symantec would cement his place as one of the tech industry's top CEOs and position him for his next role as Bill Gates' successor as chairman of Microsoft, where he helped hire a new CEO, guided the company's shift to the cloud, and reclaimed its title as the world's most valuable. Among the first African Americans to reach such heights in the tech industry, Thompson was celebrated as a trailblazer. It wasn't a label he necessarily embraced.
That experience at IBM taught me the foundational issues of how important diversity is, how important it was to not just have people of color, but women, how important it was to not just have women, but to have a cross-section across all of the divisions or operating units of the company.
Thompson experienced his share of racism and discrimination, both in his personal and business life. But he never fashioned himself an activist and wasn't comfortable framing his success in terms of race. So he found other ways to make a difference.
Life is about lifelong learning. You should be positioned where every day you learn something different.
A voracious learner, Thompson strongly believed that education was key to creating and expanding career pathways for people of color and others, and that business could be a powerful vehicle for creating leadership and other opportunities for women and people of color. He and his wife, Sandy, have been major supporters of numerous organizations focused on expanding and improving educational opportunities and outcomes, particularly in underserved communities in the Bay Area and across the country. Their philanthropy also extends to a range of housing, conservation, and environmental causes. More recently, motivated by the killing of George Floyd and the resulting racial unrest, Thompson has become more outspoken on racial issues and uses his platform as a venture capitalist and board member to mentor youth on navigating the business world.
Change is going to come when the business community of this country stands up and says, time out, we've had enough. It's time to do things differently.
While his days as a CEO may be over, maybe, Thompson remains an active, powerful, and influential force in Silicon Valley and across the entire tech industry for his vision, leadership, and laser-like focus on solving big challenges.
15 years from now, we will be further along than we achieved in the last 46. I'm convinced of that.